All right, hey, it's Rob Disner, and I run the Camp ATL site on Facebook. We've got about 2,500 members, and I've never been sure what to do with this group, so just trying to make it more useful to people. Maybe give you a couple of hints about how to get and stay in the film business. There's a song by Joe Jackson. You might not know who that is, but the title is "You Can't Get What You Want Till You Know What You Want." And I really think that's true when it comes to the film business. You really have to pick a specialty and just chip away at it. I do sound, and sometimes I think, oh, it'd be great if I could operate a camera, and maybe I could pick up like some extra gigs on the side. But it doesn't really work that way. The people that are respected in this business are the ones that just stay in their lane. They work a specific craft, and there are a variety of different types of jobs you can do in your little area, but at the end of the day, you really just have to pick a job and be committed to just working away at that, and try to find a way to stay busy and make a living. Doing what you enjoy. It certainly helps if you have a background that is related. I ran my high school radio station. I learned about audio. I decided to go to school and become a recording engineer. So for me, it was a pretty kind of linear path where I just kind of wanted to find out, what do sound people do, on film sets. And I think I just started out maybe reaching out to sound mixers and bugging them. I worked as a PA, and any opportunity you can get, like a production assistant job, to work on the set, it's very helpful if you already kind of have a direction, and then you can go hang out with the people who are doing what you want to do, when you're able to do so, or just try to get as much exposure and to just be in the general vicinity to watch the kind of work they're doing. That's kind of how I did it, and then I just started reaching out to other sound mixers, and I started working as a boom operator, which back then was an entry-level position. Now we have something called a utility sound technician, and that's really the kind of entry-level position to the sound department. But this isn't about the sound department per se, just some hints and tips how to get yourself onto a set and get in the business. And like I said, number one is just you gotta pick a direction. I see a lot of people posting on Facebook. They said, how do I get on set? How do I get into this? A lot of people, of course, want to be actors. That's not my experience. And I would have very little advice to give you. If you want to be an actor, of course, a lot of it is just based on your looks. You have to have, interesting looks, exotic looks. Maybe you look like an average Joe. I don't know. But you got to have something that appeals to people and sets you off from the huge group of people who also want to do the same thing you're doing. When you work as a craftsperson on a film set, a TV set, anything. I do a lot of industrial corporate videos, documentary stuff, behind the scenes work, you name it. Like I said, there's a wide variety of work I can do in my one specific discipline. But the quicker you can make that decision and, commit to doing something, then the easier it's going to be for you to get into it and to start making contacts and start just building your network up. One of the ways you do that, of course, today is, social networks, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. Just reaching out, meeting people, introducing yourself. I went and got the union roster when I first moved to Atlanta, and I emailed every sound mixer, told them who I was. Of course, I had some experience, and I maybe heard back from 3 or 4 people, but that kind of got the ball rolling. And eventually, when you just keep, like I said, chipping away at this, it'll get to a critical mass where you a critical mass where you know enough people. And at that point, when you know enough people, if the 9 people who usually call you aren't doing anything, person number 10 has something for you. So it's one of those deals. Of course, you get a lot of work from your fellow colleagues, people who do the kind of work that you do, which is why you want to make sure you're respected. You want to make sure that you participate in the industry. You take part in different classes, and if people get together, you hang out, introduce yourself, say hello, all that kind of stuff. And that's really the big secret, is just to figure out if you want to be in camera, if you want to be in makeup, if you want to be the craft service person, if you want to, be a dolly grip, whatever it is, figure out that one thing, and then just start to work towards that goal. You spend a lot of time, and you hear a lot of people, like I said, who say, oh, low battery warning. It seems like I always got that. Anyway, a lot of people say, I just want to get on set somehow, or I don't know what I want to do. I want to try a few things. Trying a few things really doesn't work in this industry. You've really just got to pick something, like I said, and just head in that direction, and hopefully, find a way to stay busy doing that. So that's how do you do it? Like I said, I started out as a PA. Today, during COVID, it's very hard to get opportunities, which is called shadowing, where you could come and just visit someone and hang out on the set. Maybe on a smaller set you could do that. You're certainly not going to hang out on a major TV show or a major motion picture. They just don't want any extra people. Why would you want one more person that could expose you to a debilitating illness? So that's kind of out, not going to happen. Who knows if it'll ever come back. Most likely it may not. So you've just got to find your own way onto the set. When I moved out here and I didn't know anybody, one of the things I did was get extra work. It kind of sounds silly. People don't have a lot of respect for extras in general, and I don't know that it scored me a bunch of points, because people started to look at me as not a sound guy, but, oh, that guy who I saw who was an extra on this show. But I used the opportunity working as an extra just to go out and introduce myself, to meet people, let them know who I was, that kind of thing. Like I said, I don't know if it was all that successful, but it did get me on some sets, and I was able to meet people. So there are different ways to get yourself in front of people like that. You got to hustle. You got to chip away at it. You got to work at it every day. You got to just reach out to people and say, hey, let's get coffee. Let's hang out. Can we talk on the phone for a little bit? I think, not everybody, of course, is receptive to that, but enough people are that you will be able to interface and, communicate with people doing the kind of work that you want to do. And hopefully, like I said, you do that enough times and you'll find that one person who says, hey, I happen to be doing a low budget film, and, they really don't have any money, and, you want to come in and be my boom operator for, a couple days, or whatever it is, some way to get into the department that you're interested in at a lower level. And, like anything else, if you show up on time, if you have a good attitude, if you're fun to be around. I mean, a big thing about film sets is we're all stuck with each other for a long time. And I think people who, are unpleasant to be around are not going to work a lot. You want to be, kind of person who people like being around. It doesn't mean be anything different other than what you are, but, just be yourself. And like I said, be personable, stay positive. You got to have a lot of stamina. You might work a 16-hour day here and there. You might work what they call a fratter day until 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Whatever it is, of course, the film business can get fairly abusive, and it's very time-consuming. It's not for everybody. It's tough on people's relationships and things like that. So, you got to know that going in. But like I said, I'm going to wrap this up. I've already been going on for a while, but the quicker you can figure out a direction, the quicker you can figure out a certain discipline that you want to apply yourself to, then the better off you're going to be. I think a lot of people just post random things. Hey, I'd really like to do this or that or whatever, and don't put any more effort into it than that. You're probably not the kind of person that's going to do okay in this business. You got to have a plan. You got to be methodical. There are plenty of ways to reach out and connect to people, and you just have to get up every day and put some time into it. I've been doing this since 1994, and I moved out here in 2014, and I had to do the same thing. I had a period for a few weeks where I just was sitting around staring at the walls, but I try to get up every day and figure out some way to put myself in front of someone or connect with somebody in some way that was meaningful. And thankfully, for the last 6 years now, I've been steadily employed doing the work that I enjoy doing. All right, I see the 10-minute mark coming up, so I'm going to sign off, and we'll talk to you soon.